Rakesh was an amazing chef, especially his chole bhature were the customers' favorite and his restaurant's bestseller. He has been working in a well-known restaurant in the city for the past 5 years. But slowly he began to feel that he does all the hard work and the credit and profit goes to his boss. One day his friend asked him, "Why don't you open your own food joint?" Rakesh also agreed. After all, the restaurant is running on his cooking, so it's better than taking a salary like an employee to become the boss of his own restaurant. So what was it? He left the job, picked up the savings and opened his very own food joint. Rakesh's Kitchen. In the beginning, only a few well-known people used to come. But still, Rakesh used to work with full dedication. He used to decorate the whole joint on different themes and also take feedback from people. Gradually, the crowd started increasing and Rakesh's workload also increased. Now he neither got time to take feedback nor the cleanliness of the restaurant because all his time was spent in preparing orders in the kitchen. Then he realized that he needs someone's help, so he hired a chef so that he can handle marketing, accounts and customers. But that chef turned out to be a little weak and customers started complaining about the taste. Then Rakesh thought that no one else can do this job. He fired the employee, but managing everything was getting more and more difficult day by day. This time Rakesh thought of hiring an experienced manager and Rakesh himself would focus on the kitchen. Now everything was going fine for a few days. Rakesh had to work for 15-16 hours because of the increasing workload. Also, it was difficult for him to run the house after getting the rent, manager's salary and raw material. Finally, after trying for 3 years and finishing all his savings, Rakesh closed his restaurant and started working as a chef in someone else's restaurant. Friends, this story is not only about Rakesh, but today there are many youngsters in the world who relate to this story. According to a Forbes magazine report, in the world, about 20% of small businesses close within a year, 30% in the next 2 years, and the remaining 30% fail in 5 to 10 years. Only 10-20% of businesses can change into a sustainable enterprise. But why? We will find the answer to this question in this video, where we will talk about the guru of small business, Michael Gerber's mega seller book, The E-Myth Revisited. So friends, comment, "I am ready because life is going to change." What is the E-Myth? E-Myth means the entrepreneurial myth. There is a very common thought process in our society that entrepreneurs start a business, whereas the real truth is that all over the world, 70% of the people who start a business are those who work for someone else first and then start their own business. Like software engineers, hairdressers, tailors, chefs, all these people are actually technicians. But they feel that because they are experts in their work, that's why they can successfully run their own business. Whereas the truth is very different. If you can make a tasty pizza, then it's not necessary that you run a business like Domino's or Pizza Hut. Or if you can code, then it's not necessary that you make Facebook. Technical work or making a product is just one aspect of business. Along with this, there are many other tasks like account management, marketing, planning, team management, system management, which should come to run any business successfully. And when people come to know this truth, then they realize their mistake, like Rakesh did in our story, the entrepreneur's seizure. I want to do business. I want to do something big. Mark Zuckerberg became a billionaire by coding. And we are sitting in this 4x4 cabin, wasting our youth behind someone else's company. One is not even giving promotion, and if you go to take leave, you will behave as if you have asked for a kidney. Instead of working for them, it is better that I start something of my own. Nowadays, most of the young stars think something like this. On top of that, heavy motivational phrases are trending on social media, like be your own boss, make it large, break the matrix. All these have made startup and entrepreneurship a fancy stuff. This is the reason that in the last few years, we have seen a global increase in startup numbers. But the problem is that people do not start in their senses but in enthusiasm. And this enthusiasm has been named by the author as the entrepreneurial seizure. When a person thinks that, let's go to hell, let's do it, let's do something, and this is how a business starts, which will fail in the next few years. So is it wrong to dream of becoming a businessman like an ordinary man? The author says that the decision to start a business is not wrong, but it is wrong to enter the business with the mindset of a technician. Why? Let's understand. A technician knows his job well and he likes it too. That's why he thinks that his business will go on like this. And from the very first day, he starts working in his business like an employee, whereas he should work on his business. What is the difference between the two? There is a lot of difference. You tell me, does Mark Zuckerberg still code on Facebook today? Is Facebook going to be shut down if Mark goes on vacation? No, right? but your restaurant will be closed wherever you go because your business is completely dependent on you. In this case, you will not get any freedom nor time for yourself, and you will keep doing a job instead of a business, that too for 15 to 16 hours, and you will not get extra money for overtime. Therefore, it is important that before starting a business, you understand the business well. I am telling you 6 points from this book, understand them well. Number 1. The 3 pillars of your business. To run any business, you need 3 people: the planner, that is entrepreneur, the savior, that is manager, and the doer, that is technician. Basically, these 3 are the 3 pillars of your business who work in different time zones and run your business smoothly. First comes the entrepreneur, who is futuristic. His mind keeps revolving around planning, ideas, and innovation. We will do this, we will do that, we will design the product like this, we will adopt this kind of strategy. The second is a manager who works in the past, who checks the dream of the entrepreneur on the basis of past experiences. The last time I did this, I had this problem, so this time I will not do this, I will do something like that. The manager gets some such thoughts. In a way, the manager's job is to modify the entrepreneur's dreams and turn them into reality. The third is a technician who lives in the present. He doesn't care what happened before, what you have to do next, just tell him what to do now. The rest make all the theories and the technician practically performs it. For a successful business, it is very crucial to keep the balance of all 3 pillars. We all have a technician, a manager, and an entrepreneur somewhere, but the problem is that they are not balanced. The one who cracked this balance, he became a businessman. Gerber says that generally small business owners are 70% technicians, 20% managers, and only 10% entrepreneurs. Because basically these people like their work, they are happy doing it. Whenever it comes to planning and management, they find it difficult. They like to stay in the present and think that whatever will happen will be seen. Whereas for a successful business, you have to think about the future and learn from past. Number 2. Stages of business. Everything in the world develops in stages, even business. Gerber has talked about 3 basic stages of business development in his book. The first is infancy, in which a common individual like you and me gets an idea, and he starts the business by arranging some capital. At this stage, basically he is doing everything alone. The whole business revolves around him. Maybe this is the reason why most businesses fail in the infancy stage, because the owner gets tired of fulfilling all the responsibilities alone and gives up. But the owners should remember that when Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook, he himself was the coder, CEO, CTO, CMO of his company. From finance, marketing to coding, he used to handle everything. Facebook, Amazon, YouTube have all gone through the infancy stage. After that comes the adolescent stage. At this stage, the owner finally realizes that he cannot do all the work alone. If he wants to move the business forward, he will have to hire an employee. At this stage, the owner learns to delegate time. That is, he learns to give work to others. But still, there are many businesses that come this far and fail. Why? Because the owner feels that no one can do his work better than him. So many times the owner removes the employee and goes back to stage 1. Finally comes the stage of maturity, in which the business finally starts to become stable. Now, whether it is a small job or a big responsibility, everything is properly delegated. After coming to this stage, the owner can take a break from his business. Now, he does not have to work for 14-15 hours on his own. The author says that only those businesses can reach this stage that are planned for this stage from the start. That is, you should know how you are going to take it to maturity while starting the business. Number 3 is very important. Build a system, not a business. Whether it is a McDonald's burger or a Starbucks coffee or a Domino's pizza, no matter where you go in the world, their taste is exactly the same. But why only taste? The ambience and feel of the outlet is also very much the same. Without any manager, CEO or a big degree holder's staff, everything is managed there. So what is it that is running 40,000 McDonald's and 38,000 Starbucks outlets smoothly? That is their business system. If you succeed in turning your business into an automated system, then the business will run smoothly without your involvement, and only then you will be able to create a financially independent life for yourself. Otherwise, if you keep working for 12 hours a day, what is the benefit of running a business? Another benefit of establishing a business as a system is that it is difficult to replicate a business, but the system can be easily replicated. Now, when you take the business towards expansion, you will not have to plan from scratch every time. Like one business, you can replicate another business with the same system at some other location. That is, simply you have to plan your business on the very first day so that you can open its franchise in the future. Number 4. Build a system-dependent business, not a people-dependent one. You opened your restaurant with a lot of hard work. Everything was going well. The business was about to enter the stage of almost maturity. Meanwhile, your head chef got another good offer and he resigned. Now, how will you manage? Either you will have to find a new chef for yourself or you will have to pay more than his offer and stop it. Both conditions will have a big impact on your business. Now, what happens if an employee of McDonald's or KFC resigns? They easily train another employee and hire him. How? Because their entire business system is dependent and anyone can adopt that system after a little training. So going to any employee does not affect McDonald's business at all. Number 5. Work on your business, not in your business. Rahul's dream is to establish the country's top bakery chain. So will he have to bake a cake all his life? According to Michael Gerber, not at all. The author says that if you can bake a wonderful cake, then simplify your recipe and document it so that when the time comes, someone else can create the same taste and you can focus on some other important work instead of baking. In this way, you can gradually remove yourself from the role of a technician. In the same way, you can play every role and prepare its system, document it and hire someone else to work according to those documented instructions. The author calls it working on the business. But the irony is that most people who try to turn their passion into business, they never get out of the role of a technician. They always work in their business. And this is a dangerous scenario because Michael says that if your business depends on you, you don't own a business, you have a job. And it's the worst job in the world because you are working for a lunatic. That is, if your business depends on you, then it is not a business but a job. That is also the worst job in the world. The worst job where you are working for a lunatic. Number 6. The turnkey revolution. Whatever we have in today's modern time, we find it less. Whether it is relationships or money or status or success, something is always missing. Actually, that missing thing is not outside but inside us. That missing thing is the purpose of life. And an open business with the right vision can fulfill the lack of purpose in your life. Unless you remember that your business is not your life, but a way to live a good life. And one day you will have to develop it and leave it in autopilot mode. This is the turnkey revolution, where you are ready to run your business independently from the very first day. Many people understand this after being mentally and economically exhausted in 2 or 3 businesses. But some people follow it from the very first day, like the McDonald's brothers, Richard McDonald and Maurice McDonald, who started a restaurant in California with a revolutionary idea in 1940. Their restaurant was different in many ways from the rest. First of all, their menu was limited. Second, their services were very fast. In a short time, this outlet became famous in the whole town. During this time, he met the sales executive of the multi-mixer company, Ray Kroc. Seeing the system of this place, Kroc understood that it would be easy to replicate it because everything was mechanized and simplified. In this way, Kroc joined hands with both the brothers and the McDonald's Corporation was born. If it was not easy to replicate the business of McDonald's hamburger, then maybe we wouldn't be talking about it in India today. Maybe it would have been a famous restaurant in California. If you also want to develop your business in a replicating model like McDonald's, then you will have to follow these 7 business development steps. Let's know. Number 1. Figuring your primary aim. Your primary aim is the motivation for which you want to start a business. Most people just get excited and start a business. That's why they slowly lose their motivation. But those whose primary aim is clear, their business also starts with a clear vision. Just ask yourself 3 questions to know what your primary aim is. What is it that is most valuable for me? How do I see my life and what do I want to become? Michael strongly believes that a successful businessman can only become the one who knows what he wants from his life. A successful person sees life as a challenge, while an ordinary person sees life as a curse or a blessing. So how do you see life? On the basis of this, the success and failure of your business depends. Number 2. Making your strategic objective. How will your strategic objective ultimately help you achieve your primary aim? You have already decided what you want in life. Now how will you achieve it? This will be decided by your strategic objective. To plan your strategic objective, you will have to first clear how much money you need for the life you want to live. Only then will you be able to decide what your financial vision is. Do you want to make a company of 30 crores or 3,000 crores? Because money doesn't matter to feel success in life. What matters is the definition of success for you. Number 3. Creating your organizational strategy. You have already planned a business for yourself, but you can't run it alone. So it is very important that you enlist your responsibilities and accountability and plan your organizational strategy accordingly. Because ultimately your workforce is the instrument that will take you to your primary goal. It is also important to have an organizational strategy so that your business can run according to a system. It should not depend on any particular person, even if you are a person yourself. Number 4. Deciding your management strategy. After planning your business and organizational structure, it is time to plan their management. After all, to get your idea to the customers, a lot of things have to be managed. Then whether it is raw material procurement or processing, who will do it when and where? It also needs planning and management strategy. Number 5. Determining your people strategy. If you want people to work for you, work hard for your dreams and business, then it is very important to have a proper people strategy in your business. That is, how will you take care of your employees? How will you convince them to do your work? This is a very important step that makes you a leader, an entrepreneur in the right mind. While designing your organization's people strategy, keep these two things in mind. First, never tell anyone to do the work that you may not do yourself. Second, keep an emotional connection with your people. Number 6. Making your marketing strategy. Everything is ready, your product is also ready, but how will this product reach people? How will people know about it? For this, you will have to prepare your product's marketing strategy. While preparing the marketing strategy, keep in mind what your product is. Your product is not what is in the hands of the customer, it is just a commodity. Your product is the feeling with which your customer is leaving your shop. That's why your focus should be on the feel of your business and product, not on the commodity. Number 7. Designing your system strategy. After preparing so much, it's time to change your business into a system. Basically, any business has 3 types of systems. Hard system, in which inanimate things come, like your machinery, raw material, etc. Soft system, in which living things come, like your employees, customers, and your idea. Yes, your idea is also a part of the living system because it is running everything. And the third is the information system, whose job is to create a balance between the hard and soft system. When you identify these 3 systems of your business, then you will be successful in running your business in autopilot mode. And in this way, your business will become a successful, mature, and easily replicable business with which you can take as many holidays as you want, you can expand as much as you want, and most importantly, you can live a financially free life. And ultimately, remember that whenever you start a business, do it as an entrepreneur, not as a technician. Otherwise, you will continue to work in the name of business. If you are watching the video till here and found it helpful, then don't go without liking it. After reading and talking to world-renowned marketing books and experts, the team of YeBook has created a marketing course. Its 4 lessons are free. I'm giving the link in the description and pinned comment. Do go and watch it. Don't forget to watch chapter 4. This is my favorite. This will break the barriers of your mind. Finally, you guys are amazing. Keep reading, keep learning, keep growing. Thank you for watching.